it was like, you know, holy shit, I get to be part of a Bong Joon-ho film, you know? And seeing the character and seeing the uniqueness of why he wanted me to play this role was a really great honor and also a really fun task in a way. And for me, my excitement was mostly just trying to enact his vision, which, you know, when you see his other films, you're like, I just want to help him make one of his wonderful paintings, and that sounds great to me.
It's a wild ride of a script. I mean, if you think the movie's a wild ride, it's really written very much in the script, because Bong from day one, I think, knows what he wants, and that's part of what makes him a genius. He storyboards everything, he has it all written out there, and I've never played a character like this before, and to be a part of an amazing ensemble like this was something that I was grasping at, because, you know, it's lovely to be in a film with small cast, but it's so incredible to have the opportunity to even witness the people that were in this movie work. So that was also a huge draw for me.
And Bong and I hung out in New York, and he told me I'm writing this thing about a girl and a giant pig, and that was all I needed to hear.
Well, I love the fact that there's no black and white, that things are, you know, are really sometimes gray and sometimes all black and sometimes all white. It's all about the intention with which your character is given its action and its duty. And if you can recognize that intention within what is written, and even beyond and deepening the stage direction that might be there, you have the ability to really create someone quite full, whether or not you have 2 lines, 5 lines, or 10. And it's the wonderful thing about the script that Bong wrote, that we have the ability to play that out if we're really paying attention and being in the moment. Equally so, that is bolstered by and supported by a wonderfully capable and supportive director, and who is a collaborator, and who really respects what actors has to say, and then really will take and be inspired by what you may say and expound on that. And it's pretty wonderful way to make film.
What's so cool about the writing, really, is that the good guys, you know, have this gray area. They do, you know, make their own mistakes. You know, their commitment to their principles cause them to error, you know. And Lucy Miranda also has this strange vulnerability about her family and her dad, trying to make it a better company, yet they're still just lying to people and are awful. And, you know, that's kind of really fun, complicated, and I certainly side on trying to save Okja, though. Yeah, of course.
No, of course, you know, the French, as are the Americans and probably even the Italians, are very protective of their film, and they'd like for their people to see their movies in their language, which you can expect to fully acknowledge and think that that is the case and what should be. The importance of this film coming here with Netflix is that it gives us the opportunity to see a film that is by an international filmmaker, someone who is bridging the world between East and West and telling a story that's universal. Those are the kind of movies that we'd like to see, and those are the kind of films that French really appreciate. I think in the future, we'll find a way to find a happy middle ground where the film will be shown for a period of time in French theaters. Netflix will figure that out, because they're certainly going to be a player and they're not going to go away. They give us the opportunity to see films when we want them, how we want them, cue them up, and see them in the comfort of our own home. I think that's a beautiful thing, and I think the nature of how we deliver films and Netflix delivers films is going to change the world.
I think it's incredible to be here representing a film that Netflix took a risk in. You know, we were invited to take part in competition, which is a huge honor, and the way that movies are being viewed, it has changed and is continuing to change. So I think that to be here in amongst conversation of change is interesting, because our film talks a lot about things that should be in conversation, so it just brings a light to the film in maybe a new way. And really, it's just exciting to have seen the way that it was received last night. It's a huge honor.
Director Bong could have only enacted this beautiful vision if he had complete freedom, which he did, and I think in that way, that's the biggest blessing to come out of this. And hopefully, you know, this starts a trend in the wider world in studios, and they go, maybe we should invest in just free and open speech for these artists to do their thing. But you know, we're at the confluence of business and art, and that's always a sticky situation. And you know, we make it work, and thank goodness for, you know, the complexities and all the differences and all the things that we have in the marketplace, including Netflix.
As a filmmaker, you want your film to be seen.
Yeah.
You want it to be seen by the most people in the most venues it's really possible. And for this film to have been made as a low-budget film to be seen in theaters for a month or two wouldn't have been enough. This is a big visionary movie, and thank God someone came up, stepped to the plate, and put up the dollars to have the movie shown.